Hello. Let me clear my throat. Hello. Hello.
Let me clear my throat. Down.
Dude, that song, back when I used to DJ bars, right? That song would pop off, dude.
Bro,
Still.
you are blurrier than
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
a drunk man
There
at
you go.
like 3 in the
Much
morning.
better. Yeah, like the people I
Oh,
used to play that song for.
yeah.
And then what I would do is I'd follow it up with DMX party up in here. So like right when he's all like, everybody make some noise in here, like the whole bar would be like, yeah, and also just a dent to it, dent to it. So easy to please drunk people.
Well, why don't we just start the show off right away with saying, what's Vince doing?
Oh, oh.
He looks
So
like a 1970s porn star. Like, what is going on about that?
it's pretty insane. I wonder if I can find some of the photos of Vince.
I don't want us to get kicked off of.
No, we won't. I want to find some of the ones though of like, yeah, here we go, the Vince McMahon memes. Oh no.
I don't want in trouble for that stuff.
No. Because there's people comparing him to other things that he looks like right now, and it's pretty hilarious. Like obviously, like Hitler. My favorite was one of the Street Fighter characters. Gosh, yeah, I don't see any. That's it. I'll tell you,
They even
very
had a Dragon Ball Z character that looked like them.
that. So someone else had said that.
I like that one. That was one of my favorite ones.
I mean, he just looks like a creeper out on the prowl. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, all my business is out there in the world. Everybody knows I paid hush money to these women. Everybody knows I'm not with Linda. Oh, everybody knows. So I'm gonna just lean into it. And he just went for that pencil thin, just like 70s porn star, like just I mean, he is the genetic jackhammer. Let us not forget. Do you think he's asked any of them any girls for a mustache? Or he's like, "You want to ride a mustache, girl?" Like, could you imagine Vince McMahon trying to throw that line out?
I don't think he has to throw anything out. All he has to do is just open up his wallet.
You need to go for a mustache ride, or you're fired. I mean, hey,
Hey, he don't own the company no more. He's just what, chairman. So
he's just chairman. I'll tell you what, people lost their minds on the Raw after Mania last week just because of how bad it was. Everybody was pissed. They're like, "How did you just give us 2 good nights of WrestleMania and the Raw?" But then it was like, "Oh, Vince was in Gorilla at the Raw after Mania," and everyone was just like, and it just sucked. And like everybody just shit on it afterwards. And then it sounded like Triple H kind of had control Friday night. So who knows, man? You never. I mean, you would probably have a better idea than I ever would, but like the shit that goes on behind closed doors that none of us know
there's a lot.
about.
One day, when my dad passes, I can leak all the messy, dirty stuff.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I know so much crazy stuff that nobody wants anybody to know about. You know, like, I know some crazy bad like stuff that like would shake some stuff up, but you know.
I legitimately have a question I will ask you when we're not live or recording then, because I'm curious if you may know the legitimate answer to it. But I'm gonna just leave it at that though. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'll tell you this though. Not many people can pull off the pencil thin mustache like that.
He's not pulling it off.
But it's not awful either.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm looking at it again. It is not great.
It's not great. It's not comforting. It's not something you'd want to see on TV or see next to you waking up in the morning.
But what's it matter when he's paying them to wake up next to him in the morning, though? You know.
Well, they probably leave afterwards.
No cuddle time for Big
No,
Vinny G. Yeah. Let's see if I get this. Let's see. Just because we can do this because we are a visual show, which by the way, thanks everybody. 3 weeks in a row. Can you believe it? We're on what they call a streak. Or a turkey and bowling. Look at this thing. Look at it. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Yeah.
Do you do
I
you
don't think I don't think I Oh no, stop. I
do you
do
think that he just can't grow it up to the nose? Is that the issue?
Nah, he's keeping it neat and clean.
One more time. That's a good half inch between the mustache and where the bottom of the nose is.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, maybe
thin, bro.
he wanted to separate himself from Hogan.
Yeah, I that or he's got some chick that was like, "Oh my god, you look so good," and he's like, "Yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah." And
I don't think with a person of that stature, he don't. People say whatever the fuck. He grows it and does what he wants, and
yeah, that's the other thing.
there's no one telling him, "Oh, that's ugly."
And if they do, it's like his family. What does he give a shit? You know? He's like,
Uh,
okay.
I don't even think his family would. They'd just be like, "Okay, Dad,
I
keep
mean,
it up."
he's an odd duck. He's an odd duck. This has always been known.
How much money did he actually make from selling it?
Um, I can find out. I think they said that Endeavor was going to be a 21
So he
billion
really,
company now.
yeah, but that's with another company. What? How much did they actually pay Vince for WWE? That's what I want
Let's see here. So yeah, 21 billion. WWE had a value of 9.3 billion. What did it actually sell for
to know. Yeah, that's the key. Is what did it sell for? Did it sell for more than UFC?
though?
Because UFC sold for what 5, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh,
It's
here. UFC was valued at 12 point billion.
when they sold it.
Right. Oh no, yeah, you're right when they sold it.
I believe when they sold it for $5 billion. I'm almost positive.
Why is this not showing me what the price
I
is?
don't think I don't think people know really how much it went for. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I think this will be this man. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this isn't.
Yeah, it's all about the umbrella. No one's actually coming up and saying Vince sold the company for $6.5 billion or $7 billion. No
So,
one's
yeah, they're not saying. So they're what they're saying is it sounds like it was close to that 9 billion or around that ballpark.
wow. So he beat UFC, and that's all he cared about. Because I believe UFC when they sold was 5 billion.
Yeah, and I mean, they've only grown since their sell to Endeavor, and you can clearly see it hasn't done much for Dana White. He's still CEO. He's still running the show.
Yeah, same.
So it's a good like the one thing I didn't want to see is WWE sell and whoever buys it comes in and just redoes everything, kicks everyone. You know what I mean? Because like
Kind of like they did in TNA when I was there.
yeah, because I mean, you're ruining something that has such history to it, and then B, you're messing with people's jobs, who are very talented people too. So it's kind of like, plus you just again you see what happened WCW all those years where they had people who had no idea about the wrestling business running it before Bischoff got his hands on it, and it was awful. So it's like you would have hated to see, but yeah, the big thing with the sell now though is who's going to be head of creative. Who's gonna have final say?
It's already
Mhm.
written down. Vince and Triple H probably have a 5-year deal with the sale that they'll be control of creative. I mean, they put that all in clauses. I know how those companies work.
I'll be very interested to see then what ends up happening TV wise, because
Well,
that's coming up.
like again, I said they didn't they probably already had all the contracts lined up because
They
as
probably just renewed, right?
as an investor, as someone that deals with like selling stuff, like if you bought a complex and you have the complex where all your tenants are about to leave and haven't re-signed yet, you're not going to get much money compared if you have a complex and all your tenants are signed, re-signed, ready to go. You sell that company for way more. It works same with TV. If you have all those, USA, ESPN,
Mhm.
Fox, or all their TV sponsorships already signed, renegotiated, cash in hand, and then you sell your company. You're going to sell your company for way more because it's a working, rolling profit machine already. They don't have to do any work or put any
Mhm.
effort into making it run. It already has its sponsors for the next 5 years. So basically, they keep Hunter and Shawn Michaels and Vince in charge for the next 5 and let it roll out, and then they'll slowly inject their people into it as they learn their roles of how this business works. That's how I see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, I mean, we're gonna see real quickly if it affects anything. One thing that happened this week, though, is they announced they're bringing the draft back.
Yeah, I wasn't really not that big fan of that, but
No, but it kinda makes you wonder because everything's unified in WWE right now, you know what I mean? So, it makes you wonder if that means they're going to actually go back to a brand split where you have your Raw talent, your SmackDown
yeah,
talent.
it's always been a split. It's just different shows. I
Right.
mean, it's always been a split. They're just doing it just to do something different. It's not.
Well, and you gotta do something now post-Mania because now it's that lull till SummerSlam, you know? So, it's like, what are you gonna do? Hit the road, but, like, what are you gonna do on TV, you know? So,
Better
uh,
shit than angles.
yeah. Alright. So, what's up with you, man? How was Easter? Did you do anything? Did you get out?
No, I hurt my like quad, so I just been like relaxing and just kind of like chilling at the house.
Trying to get too huge, man. You're hurting stuff.
Yeah, not good. Not good, my friend.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah,
How's it been down in Florida? Because I gotta let you know, up here in Minnesota, we finally have hit spring. I got 2 rounds of golfing this weekend. It's beautiful outside right now.
yeah. It, it's a nice, pretty nice. It's raining for the next 2 or 3 days. We have our last our last cold front coming through.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. We got a late spring this year, but it's finally here. So it's pretty nice, man. It's been
Yeah,
pretty nice getting out there and playing some golf. The last nice weather I was in was when I was out there by you in October.
yeah, yeah. I talked to Herb Simmons from St. Louis, and he's pretty excited about his reunion show.
Yeah, that's coming up as well, right? May.
Yep,
May, you and I believe Papa Brisco going.
I believe him. I believe there's going to be actually a lot of people
Oh,
there.
dude, the poster is stacked.
Haku's on my flight. He called me today.
Ah, baby,
Oh,
Haku.
we gotta have him on the podcast.
Haku.
Yeah, he actually called me. He goes, hey Brisco. I said, what's up, brother? He goes, we on the same flight. I said, okay. He goes, make sure I don't drink too many beers. I said,
Ah,
all right,
uh, let me, because you've known Haku most your whole life, right?
my whole life.
So
My
it's
dad, my dad trained him when he was 19 years old.
That's amazing, dude. It's always been said he's like one of the, if not the toughest guy in the biz.
I would definitely have to say so.
Now, have you seen?
No, too
No,
young.
yeah, I suppose. I'm trying to find the poster for this. It's a stacked lineup. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it, but yeah, it'll be definitely. Oh, here it is. This it?
Let's see, I could probably send it to you.
You've got War or the Barbarians going to be there. Brooklyn Brawler, Teddy Long, Jimmy Hart, the Nasty Boys, Haku, Victoria, Ted DiBiase. Uh,
Whoa! This is probation allowing him to travel?
what's that?
I said it's probation officer allowing him to travel?
Right. Let's see who else we got. Typhoon, or sorry, Tugboat. Looks like one of the Hebners. JJ Dillon, Buff Bagwell. Looks like another Hebner. Pop Brisco, you right next to Virgil, JBL, Jimmy Valian. Yeah, there's a bunch more on here. I just would need some names in front of them to be able to get them over. Yeah, but yeah, dude, that's gonna be stacked. Now there's a bushwhacker on here, but I don't know.
I think it's Luke.
Okay, so why can't I close this? And that's coming up May, second weekend of May. And then in like July, you come to Hall of Fame in Waterloo, and it's another show like that where there's just
Well, May I'm in Canada the first week, and then St. Louis the second week, and then Florida the next week, and then getting ready to head to Waterloo, which we haven't seen any posters or anything going on with that. Let
they
me check.
did just announce who's the awards and stuff, though.
Let me see if somehow maybe I got tagged in something dealing with the Hall of Fame. Normally, I'm pretty well um, notified of this, but for some reason this year, I don't know what is going on.
I'll tell you what, this is from March 30th. This is one of the most updated things we have for this. July 20th through the 22nd in Waterloo, Iowa. Of course, we've talked about this. This is where the Brisco Big A show started at this Hall of Fame weekend. Jerry Brisco, JBL, James Beard, Wes Brisco, Coke Cabana, Tommy Wildfire, Rich, the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, Baron Von Raschke, JJ Dillon, B. Brian Blair, Bob Roop, Nord the Barbarian, also the Berserker, same guy, Thunderbolt Patterson, who loves you, Jonard Soli, Rick McCord, Joe Malenko, many more to announce. And let's see here. I think they did announce some stuff. So the Lou Thez Award this year will be going to Bill DeMott, who y'all might know from Japan, ECW, WCW, and WWE. It's Crash Terminator Hugh Morris, also trainer. Frank.
And most importantly, raising awareness to drunk driving.
Okay, I know that.
The,
Awesome. Oh yeah. The sorry.
daughter to a DUI accident.
Yeah, the DeMott Foundation to raise awareness of drunk driving and advocate for stricter penalties is the organization. So check that out, support that. We'll probably talk more about that as we get closer to the weekend. Let's see here. Frank Gotch is going to Haku, who we were just talking about. Sorry. Haku gets the Frank Gotch Award. Gordon Soley is going to Conrad Thompson. Jim Melby is going to be Tom Burke. And then they brand new in 2023, the Jack Brisco Spotlight Award.
Whoa.
given in the name of Jack Brisco. Les Thatcher, who contributed professional wrestling as a wrestler, commentator, promoter, and trainer, will receive the inaugural award. So very special for you and the family, the Jack Brisco Spotlight Award for the very first time.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then again, you've got Professor Boris Malenko is getting a new award for the TNTHOF Trainer Award. So they're recognizing trainers, and that's going to, again, Professor Boris Malenko. Trained his sons Joe and Dean, Tugboat, Sean Waltman, Bob Orton Jr., Buddy Landau. It'll be accepted by Joe Malenko. That's what's been announced so far. Much more to come your way, though. Shoot, we might even do something. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen at Hall of Fame weekend. What I can promise you for Hall of Fame weekend is Wes and I become older men each year, and it's funny because when this all first started, we used to be out there partying and freaking going hard, loving life.
No more strip clubs. No more doing.
Yeah, now it's like, man, it's like 10:30. I just want to chill and go to bed.
Yeah, crazy.
Old farts. That's what we are.
Yeah, we used to run the strip clubs back in the day.
Man, wasn't hard in that town. We were on like the 2 like real nice blocks of it as well. So, all right, we're gonna keep moving though. We got a guest who hopped on, so I'm gonna let you do your introductions there, Wes. I'll bring him on once you.
No, bring him on.
Okay.
What's going on, Jack? How you doing?
Oh, I don't have any volume. Just a second here. Am I on mute?
No, you should not be.
No.
I can hear you perfectly.
Just a second. You can hear me though.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Let me jump out and jump back in. Maybe that'll correct the problem. I apologize.
All right, sounds good. Don't worry about it. You know, we always have technical difficulties. It used to be me, but guess who is the savvy one now on the computer?
Who would you say was the worst internet technical difficulties that we've had in the Brisco?
My dad?
Yeah, and watching him have those issues with with him and JBL, especially your episode where he was like, "You need to go help him with that shit."
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I have audio. Thank you very much.
Awesome. What's going on, Jack? How are you doing?
We're doing great. We're just kicking into the final push for the big May 6th card at the Earl Armstrong Arena in Ottawa. We're booking all the travel and making the final plans, of which you're a big part of it, Wes.
Awesome, man. I'm so excited. I mean, Canada has always been one of the big places that's held a big thing in my heart. Like, because I was the first American to ever win the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. And that's something that I cherish very, very deeply. And the respect that I get from all the Canadian fans and wrestlers because they enjoy my style of wrestling, I just feel so much at home every time I come back to Canada. I'm so happy that GNW's back going again. Everything's running fine. Like, it excites me because it just brings joy because I know the people out there and how much they love wrestling. And that's the coolest thing about Canada, Ottawa, all those areas, Muskoka, all those areas around Canada, they all love wrestling. They have a passion for it. And I'm so happy that you're rebranding the company and bringing it straight forward and bringing on all these great talents. Tell me a little bit about some of the talent you're bringing in and how excited you are to bring wrestling back into Ottawa and get it going.
Well, as you're aware, GNW has now got a 15-year history in Ontario, Quebec, and other provinces. We've even run in Alberta. And what we're trying to do right now is is move in a direction where we're offering a quality product, a quality independent wrestling product to the people, because our fan base, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Our fan base are extremely loyal, and they've been clamoring for this. And as you know, COVID put a real wrinkle into operations, and we only had one show in 2019 due to the restrictions. We were going to run again, but we had some difficulties there. But now we're back, and we're planning a full slate of events for this season, and we're looking at next year doing even more if all goes well, which we believe it will, because I'll tell you, on the strength of the card that we've put out there now, the pre-sale is very strong, and you're a big part of that. If you want me to go down some of the talent that we have signed, I can do that as well.
Yeah, that
yes. I mean, one of the great talent you have is the Prophet. I mean, Jeremy. I mean, me and him have had some battles. I mean, and he's a phenomenal wrestler and a great ambassador for the sport of Canadian wrestling, and just a good person all around.
Yeah, and actually making waves outside of the scene here in terms of he wrestled for AEW in Toronto. He and Jessica Black, who's also on the card, he's still our reigning and defending Canadian champion, and he's a cornerstone. He beat you for the belt, did he not, Wes?
Yes, he took the title, and we had one hell of a match. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to drop it to anybody else but him. And it was nothing but respect. And I believe we hugged it out after the match, and it was just, and the crowd gave us a standing ovation because they just saw how much we put into that match.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure that will be about that the fans are really looking forward to down the road. But your opponent for May 6th is a bit of an upstart. Are you familiar with Magnum McLaren?
Yeah, I saw his little promo calling him, the Magnum, little Mr. Tough guy. But here's the thing that Magnum needs to know, that he's a spring chicken. I've been in the ring with Kurt Angle. I've been in the ring with some of the greats, with Sting, with CM Punk. I've had my battles. So he needs to make sure that he's on his game and not worry about talking so much. Because here's what gets you wrong. When you talk so much, you get hit. Because I don't do much talking. I let my wrestling do my talking for me. I seen it. He's a very, very talented young man. He has he looks good. He looks strong. He looks like he's ready to go. But he lacks one thing. And I can tell it. He's scared a little.
What's that?
He's scared. I can tell. I can tell that he's.
Are you aware?
He's scared.
Are you aware he brings an equalizer to the ring, though? He's got a 7-foot bodyguard.
I don't care. 7 foot, 8 foot. I've wrestled every single giant you've ever put in front of me. I wrestled a guy that was 7'2". I've wrestled a guy that was 6'8", over 380 pounds, and I still beat him. So I don't care how big, how strong, how tall, what type of equalizer you bring to the ring. You have to bring something, because guess what? Wes Brisco, you can't just beat by himself. You have to bring somebody else. You have to have an equalizer. You have to have a team behind you to beat Wes Brisco, because no one has ever beat Wes Brisco one-on-one. Well, except for Jeremy.
Well, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. He certainly has respect for you, what you've accomplished, and your family. But the kid he's on his way up. He's going to be a star. And he's looking at making Wes Brisco a stepping stone with still providing you with the respect that you deserve. But I think you're going to be in for one heck of an encounter with that match.
Yeah, but one thing he needs to know: West Briscoe's never been a stepping stone for nobody.
Mm.
Nobody.
Well,
I wish I was
we'll have
going to
to
be in
see.
Canada on May 6th.
Well, I'll just run down some of the other card, but it will be on thehannibaltv.com, and I recommend that all your viewers check that out. You've got a lot of Wes's classic matches there too. But we're bringing in. I'm excited to be bringing in some talent from the Western New York area. One being the Greek god Papadon, who has on the Indies in that area and has also worked for AEW. He's coming in for the first time. A man by the name of Bin Hameen, who the Ayatollah Bin Hameen, who also runs the Hameen Media Network. He's an OVW vet and 2CW. If your viewership are aware of that famous indie promotion, we're bringing them in too. We're bringing in Vance Nevada, the author of a very successful book on the history of Canadian professional wrestling. He's going to be there signing. But one of the matches that really are, bringing the attention on this card is the main event. And that will be the return of the devious, diabolical blood hunter managed by Kevin Sullivan, the Kevin Sullivan, and he will be taking on the cowboy James Storm in a first ever encounter, the return of the Blood Hunter, and I believe the first ever match that James Storm has had with GNW. So that's just a sample of what we have in store, but it's going to be a stacked card from top to bottom, and we're going to give the fans of GNW what they want and thank them for their loyalty over these years.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I know everyone's super excited, and we're going to keep plugging it in. And I just want to say thank you for coming on the show and, spreading the good word. And it's going to be one hell of a show.
It is. That's going down again. Saturday, May 6th, Ottawa, 7 p.m. bell time, 6 p.m. meet and greet. Tickets available at ticketweb.ca or at the door. Tickets at the door. They go up by $5. So buy them.
Yeah, I recommend you guys pre-order your tickets. It's going to be a show that everyone's going to enjoy. It's going to be top-notch wrestling from the start of the show all the way to the end. Everyone's going to enjoy it. You're definitely going to get your money's worth, and plus you get to meet some of the greatest people in the world, and we're all looking forward to coming to Canada. So it's going to be one hell of a show.
And if you can't make it, like I can't, Hannibal TV, HannibalTV.com, right? That's where it will be streaming. Awesome.
We're working out those technical details, but it will be available on there. Yes, but I would recommend strongly for those in the area, even not out of the area, to come on in and check it out, because how can you go wrong when you have Wes Briscoe on the card, right?
True.
Exactly.
Very, very true. All right, guys. So yeah, make sure you get your tickets for that. Do you guys, again, this is going to be the GNW 15th anniversary show. Are there any other shows you guys have coming up? You want to throw some dates out?
We're working on our loop. We're looking at July the 15th. We're working out the details for a big show in Smith Falls and a show in early September. The dates to be determined still for Napanee, Ontario. So if all the fans stay tuned to the Hannibal TV and watch our social media, all the information will be on there.
That's right. And guys, please share to everyone in Canada, all my friends. I've already talked to a bunch of them. Share and like and let people know, because sometimes you might not hear about it, but if you share it on Facebook, you share it on Twitter, on your Instagram, just tell people how much fun it's going to be, and let's make this show one hell of a show. Let's fill this building up and let's tear the roof down.
Yeah, support live wrestling, guys. So make sure you get your tickets, check it out. Jack, I'll have to make it up there someday with Wes so I could check it out in person. I've actually never even been to Canada. I once by accident for about 2 minutes, but that was it. So I'll have to make my way up there and check in one of these shows out. They look like a blast. All right, Wes. What do you have? You got anything you want to get out there before we head out for the night?
No, I just want to say thank you, Jeff, for coming on, and looking forward to all the shows that. I mean, we got a stack. Look, we got St. Louis coming up. We got ARW coming up. We got GNW coming up. We have a full stack of shows that are coming up, and we got some guests. I'm bringing a guest that is not going to be your normal type of guest. I'm bringing a guest that is an ex-club biker member, and he's chosen a different path in his life, and we're gonna have a conversation with that, and I'm looking forward to bringing a lot more different people on the podcast that are not just wrestling related, more of just people that we want to have interesting conversations with, because I think that's kind of where we started losing. We were doing really good when we were having different people on our show, but then I felt like once we stuck to wrestling, it kind of like put a little damper. So I'm gonna be mixing it up. I'm gonna be having, like, of course, I want your rapper friend to come on. I have a couple of rapper friends that want to come on. I mean, tattoo artists. There's a bunch of different styles of people that I want to talk to. I know you want to talk to, and I feel like we can, branch our show out a little bit different. Like, again, I said, we're rebranching the Brisco and Big A show. It's not going to be all about wrestling. We are going to talk about wrestling, but we also have other, like, I want tattoo artists. I want musicians. I want all types of people. I want to have interesting conversations with people that I feel that other people would like to hear too.
Hell yeah. I love it. For me, Tuesday nights, go to Twitch. It is the 2 count, the TWO count. Make sure you check us out on Twitch every Tuesday night. Just did a special episode on Thursday with wrestler out of the city's Badger Briggs. Really good show. So check that one out. Of course, you can catch me if you're in the Midwest this Saturday night. Fort Dodge, Iowa, Absolute Pro Wrestling coming back, and we're gonna tear the place down. So I'll be out there ring announcing. That's this Saturday for those guys. April 29th, Knoxville, Iowa. Madhouse Wrestling makes their return for the year. I'll be out there ring announcing and hosting that show. Cannot wait. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube.
2 weeks, I'll be wrestling Rich Swann for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, that's gonna be a dope match. I'm gonna want to talk about that one for sure.
We'll talk about that next week.
Hell yeah! So everybody, enjoy your week. I hope you guys are enjoying starting your week off with us. That's new. We used to do this at the end of the week, and now we're like, no, let's kick it off. Let's set the week off right.
Usually we're so tired. Midweek, we're both like, oh, work sucks.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, I'm so tired. So this works. This works a lot. So we'll see you next week on Monday, guys.
Love you guys. We're out.